Okay, welcome back, Swell Academy. We're getting back into triangles here. Today we're talking about a mid-segment, and we're just focusing on the makeup of the word itself. You have mid-segment there, which is just including basically here you have a segment or line segment that is connecting the, the midpoints of two sides of a triangle. So here we have this side here, and we have a midpoint. Let's not talk about sides just yet. And we have a midpoint here. Now, you can draw different mid-segments by connecting different sets of midpoints. That's not the best line there. Try that one again. Maybe right here. And still not the best, but you get the idea. Here is another mid-segment because it is connecting two midpoints of a triangle. And you could have a third mid-segment here. If I have a midpoint here at point A, I could connect a midpoint here to, let's say, just call it point X. So you do have 1, 2, 3 mid-segments that we're looking at. Just simply connecting midpoints on the sides of a triangle. Now, what this does is create basically a small triangle, big triangle effect. Meaning this big triangle that we've created is a proportional representation of this smaller triangle. Meaning we've taken this smaller triangle and this mid-segment is basically expanded it into this idea of a basically similar triangle. So what does that do? Well, it creates a relationship between the sides, the bases, and your area, basically, of this 2-to-1 proportion. If we look at just a regular mid-segment here we have our two midpoints. Well, first the idea is if this is a midpoint, then I know CA would have to be equal to AV, so we can have one measure of AV and know it to be identical to CA, 8 and 8, let's just say, for instance. And let's say point S is also a midpoint. We call this 10 inches. We would say this is 10 inches. And so that's kind of intuitive right there, right? We could see that as a simple understanding. But the idea is if I look at this smaller triangle, and this has a side of 10, this bigger triangle that we're talking about here, this bigger triangle, proportional triangle to this small one here, should have sides double of that smaller triangle. So for instance, if this side is 10 here, then the side of my whole triangle should be 20. So if I'm ever given a triangle like this, and I say, well, this side is 18, well, since we have a midpoint, we could say, okay, well, this should be 9 and 9. There is a relationship there. We're looking at this small triangle, big triangle, and how it doubles up its pieces. But we also need to understand the same goes for the base. So if I have a base of 5 here in this smaller triangle, the base of my bigger triangle should be that of 10. And what we're able to understand from that, most importantly, is this kind of this equation of and this proportion that we could set up that CR, base of bigger, will always be equal to 2 times the base of the smaller, and that's actually gonna help us down the road a bit. Now I like to just look at the idea of these splitting up of sides, doubling up of sides, and just kind of think about a perimeter of a triangle as well. And what relationship will that have? So again, let's look at, well, we know this is 6, so this here will have 6. And we're talking about this stuff, and we just looked at that 18 as I just brought up, so we know this is 9 and 9. So ultimately we're looking what is the perimeter of this bigger triangle CRV here, and we're using this idea of a mid segment, this line that's connected to midpoints, and identifying, okay, the 18 is cut in half, 9 and 9, 6 and 6. I'm doubling up my base to 5 and 10, and I have 18, 12, and 10. Now, just as a mental math, I like to go 10 plus 10 plus 10 because I have 1, 2, 3 tens, and then add the 8 and add the 2, and I have a perimeter of 40. So if I trace this all around, I should in fact have a perimeter of 40 here, which I do. Big triangle is a perimeter of 40. Now, if I had to guess, I bet you the perimeter of this smaller triangle should be what? Well, it should be 20. It's that 2-to-1 relationship we keep creating. And if we went into area, it would do the same. And so the perimeter of this smaller triangle is 20. So you're starting to bring this idea of this 2-to-1 relationship that a mid segment creates in a triangle. That's the purpose of looking at this, creating two similar triangles. Similar, this symbol here, again, we're talking about and trying to understand that this has same shape but different size. But with a mid segment, the size is defined as a 2-to-1 relationship. This is the whole connection we're trying to make here. We can use that same idea of a mid segment, and actually we could actually solve for variables and sides and for how things match up. So let's just do that here. We know we have a mid segment AS, and as mentioned previously, we can come up with this idea, well, let's just put any arbitrary number like 7 here. Well, if this is 7, I know this to be 14. Now 14 is equal to what? It's equal to 2 times 7. So let's just look at that as VR is equal to 2 times whatever AS is. Now I have this 2-to-1 relationship I could build and use in an algebraic sense and say, okay, well, P plus 18, my VR, is going to be equal 2 times whatever P plus 6 is. Here's the algebra. Here's the magic. Now I do need to distribute. P plus 18 equals 2P plus 12. We'll bring letters to one side. We'll bring numbers to the other. And we could say P is equal to 6. Now if I'm going to plug that in, I just simply will place the P with 6 here, 6 plus 18, and we would actually have ended up with 24 for this base. I don't even need to plug in. I know this will be half, but this is 12, but if I did so, 6 plus 6 would in fact have given me 12. So here's how we could use this mid-segment as a tool to find perimeters, missing sides, bases, work with a bit of algebra. Hope this helps. Good connection to work with here. And looking forward to seeing you guys soon. Remember, hard work beats failure every time.